Ryan. His name is Ryan O'Leary. Ryan O'Leary. Welcome to the radio, sir.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Hi. Chilling, man. Hey, why don't you tell these gentlemen that's on the line right now about your book? I don't know if they got to go. Gentlemen, if y'all want to stay on and, talk about this book and shit, y'all more than welcome to stay. If not, I'll be looking at y'all battles. Okay?
Yeah, I think I'll stay out for a couple of minutes to hear what.
Okay. Sir, the floor is open to you, sir.
All right. Well, yeah, no, I basically kind of was almost just about exactly 5 years ago now. Was kind of got home from work one night, was kind of down this rabbit hole of watching battles as I tend to do from time to time, and just kind of got to thinking, man, I wonder if anyone's ever done a book on this. And after searching around for a while, I was like, well, I don't think it's happened. So I was like, I might as well do it. So kind of just started hitting some people up that I knew were sort of, influential folks within the scene and whatnot, try to get the ball rolling, and got a couple responses from people, and it just kind of, after I talked to a couple dudes, and it just kind of gradually started to snowball from there to the point where, I wound up talking to roughly about 150 people, from all over the culture and whatnot, and just tried to come up with as complete a history I could. I mean, there's obviously going to be some things that are going to be easier to document than others, but I think I tried to put together about as complete a history of battle rap as there is on paper, and at least based on the responses I've gotten so far, it seems like, hopefully I accomplished that. So, I just tried to put something out there that, there's lots of historical stuff on YouTube and little documentaries and stuff, but it's like, okay, if YouTube went away tomorrow, what kind of tangible thing would there be where these guys could plop it down in front of their kids 20 years from now and say, hey, this is what we did? I kind of wanted to be able to contribute that, since I don't have enough personality to make those contributions as a battler myself. I wanted to kind of
I never thought of
use my skills and do something.
Well, that's what's up, man. To be honest, when I post out, there's been a lot of people that just like, man, salute to you. He has a great book. I've been hearing, it's great. I've read through, skimmed through it the first time you sent it to me. I read through, when you sent it to me again, I read through like maybe 10 pages just to get a gist of what's going on, so I can, this weekend while I'm out of town, I can read and shit while I'm traveling and shit. So, the names I've seen in this book, goddamn, you might got from the start of battle rap, battlers from the start of battle rap to like damn near the present.
That was kind of the aim of it. I said, and I remember saying to one person at one point when I was battling, they're like, what are you trying to do? I said, well, basically, if Harvard ends up teaching a course on battle rap, I want this to be one of the textbooks. Like, I just wanted it to be as complete as possible. And so, really, all the stuff like lunchroom things and whatnot, you obviously can't really document, but I wanted to kind of have as much of a complete history of organized battle rap, basically going realistically from kind of the mid-'90s on, because that was kind of when things started to become more organized and documented and things like that. But I feel like I touched on just about every major scene and era from that time forward. So, hopefully it paints a pretty good picture. I think I tried to be as representative as possible.
Right, and he even got battlers inserts of how they feel about battle rap and certain topics in there also. So it's a good read. I even think I seen Smack name in there.
Yep, snacks in there.
You got a lot of people in there. Yeah.
Disaster, Hollow. I mean, pretty much with a couple of exceptions of people that I wasn't able to get a hold of or lock down for various reasons, but I would say 90% of the more important, the most relevant names are probably represented in there. There's a variety of people that I would have liked to have gotten and didn't, but I think there's enough that I did get that I've got a pretty solid representation across eras and styles and geography and whatnot. So,
right. Well, I appreciate you doing this because battle rap don't have anything like that the book that you have. Now we got movies and things like that, from like the 8 Mile and the Body movie, but those like the Body movie for me I felt like it was a parody of battle rap. You know what I mean? This is actually can like document history and how for people that don't know what battle rap is, they can actually look at this book and read it and actually get something out of it.
Yeah, and I think the cool thing to me, honestly, sorry to cut you off there, but like the thing to me that stuck out, and from the people, it's funny that like I really want to be able to have something that people that are maybe newer fans or whatever that didn't follow things 10, 15, 20 years ago or weren't even old enough to, that they can kind of have this as like a reference point for, okay, maybe this thing that I didn't really understand, okay, maybe I kind of get it now. But also I wanted to kind of have some things in there that people that have been longer time fans of the culture and whatnot, that there could be some nuggets in there for them, like, I didn't know that. And the cool thing to me has been, one, because I mean, I knew there were certain areas that I was more well-versed in than others that I was more familiar with. But even in the things that I thought I knew pretty well, it's like as I talked to people, it'd be kind of like, oh, shit, I didn't know that. And you get that kind of this little nugget that, oh, man, I didn't know any of this. And then as I talked to some people that, I consider probably more knowledgeable about the subject than me, like Direct, for example, he wrote the foreword for this book, and, as he was reading it, he's like, man, I didn't know half of this stuff. And so I think even for people like that, and I'm like, man, this dude knows everything about battle rap. So for him to say, man, I didn't know this, that I think even the most seasoned battle fans will come out of this with, like, oh, here's this cool story I didn't know anything about. There was kind of all these, like, hidden gems in there that I think wound up adding to it, and so I really think there is something in there for everybody.
Right. You said in your book, you said you battled. How many times did you battle?
I mean, it's on stage. We're talking, I would say maybe like a half dozen or so, and my last one was probably in 2006. So, I mean, yeah, like I said, I'm not a very comfortable stage. I don't have like a Quartz type personality that like I'm super alpha dog, comfortable on stage type person. But I mean, what I did do a lot back in my younger days too was like text battling in the early days of the internet. And it was funny because some of the guys that I was doing that stuff with in some of the earlier websites wound up going on and battling at Scribble, and I actually wound up interviewing a couple of them for the book. But yeah, I mean, I've always kind of been more of like a shyer, play the back type of dude. So it's like that was never going to be how I made my mark. I think I can put some decent rhymes together, but I'm not a showman for sure. So like I said, this was kind of my way of contributing without having to be up on a stage making an ass of myself.
Okay. I know when I interviewed Sarah Connor, and y'all should know who the godmother of battle rap is.
And she's in there.
We had her on the show, right? And I thought I knew everything about battle rap, right? And I didn't, because me and Preston was dumbfounded when she was like, "Hey, Eminem, he's the one for Fight Club."
The Fight Club and shit.
I personally didn't know that, and I was just like,
I never knew.
Amazed, right? And so things like that, I'm sure it's in the book. Just examples like that are in the book. So if you want gems and nuggets and things about the culture, you should read the book. You know what I mean? That's why I do this. That's why I do the show.
Sarah definitely contributed some.
Right.
I can tell you.
And this is why I do the show. You know what I mean? When I interview people, I don't get people on here and try to bash them and things of that nature. I actually have them on so I can talk about them and their battles, their history, how they got to battle rap, what's their journey, where they going, things of that nature, so I can have a clear understanding and knowing the artists that I am watching in the culture. You know what I mean? There's a lot of artists that I'm really a fan of, and I just want to. I like to do my research. I want to know, who's the first battle. What was the first battle ever? Anybody, either anybody ever seen or in the culture. Period. Those are the things I like to, try to find and shit like that. So, I appreciate your book because there's some things in there I've already seen that I was like, wow, okay, oh shit, all right. I didn't know that, but that's cool. You know what I mean? Or just the people's thoughts on what they thought about battle rap and the essence of the culture. And just how they, was articulate about, the culture. It's really intriguing. It's not. I'm not trying to sell people wolf tickets because I got this man on the show. I've had him on the show before, so it's a good book. What I've read so far is really it's really good. So y'all go check that shit out.
I'm gonna check that book out, man. I think I'm not 100% sure. I think my boy Moss Jelton was telling me about this book, and
Moss was in there because he was I had hit him up because obviously he was involved in kind of the early days of grind time and whatnot. So
he was like the first battle. He was like one of the first battles to ever go World Star or something like that.
It was him and Johnny Storm wound up on World Star, and that kind of was one of the big early things that kind of propelled grind time onto a bigger platform. But I definitely did talk to Mosh about all that, and it's there's like I said, a wide variety of people in there. But I mean, if you know anybody who's a fan of battle rap, it's the holiday season, so that shit's on sale right now. So
there's a phone call. There's a phone call. Y'all know what to buy me for Christmas now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's what we doing.
What's that?
Oh, man. I was telling my two boys they know what to buy me for Christmas. Anybody that got me the book.
Yeah, that's a fact.
BattleRapBook.com. Send them over there.
You said BattleBook.com?
Hey, but
BattleRapBook.com, and it's on sale for 25% off until Christmas. So tell them to get on it and make some people happy.
Dope, man. Hey, listen, real quick, man, I hate to interrupt. Thanks for having me on, man. I have to get off the line. I have to jump on another call. I'm definitely going to check out the book. My boy Marsh Justin was telling me about the book. He was showing me pages, kind of like he said, you had him an article, and me and Marsh is actually really good friends, so a lot of the history that he's done and what he's done and me and him working together sometimes is dope to see him, get some credit that he deserves. So like this man has been in the game for a minute. helped the culture move in certain ways as well, and still hasn't never got his just due. So I'm definitely gonna check out the book. Thanks for having me, Bone Calm RBS, man.
We appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
I like to do a follow. I'd like to do a follow interview with you after the PGs, and we can give a breakdown how the event went and how we did.
I
that
got
works
you.
for me if they don't mind.
Y'all welcome anytime. Hey, follow me on Twitter at Capology Facts. It's Hold This L.
Hold
This L Media. I'm on Facebook as Capo the Don, and you'll see Capology Facts in parentheses. I'm on Instagram as Capology Facts also. So tap in with me, friend request, so I can tap in with y'all. And y'all good luck on that PG, man. Y'all better kill these niggas. I'm just going to kill these niggas.
Oh, you already know.
Okay.
Oh.
I want y'all to kill them so much. They want to go ahead and hurry up and put y'all battle out, not wait till like June of next year.
Nah, we got.
I don't want to see your battle coming out June of next year. Because you know how the URL is doing. We just had Mike D drop today. And that shit was like early this year, so like I will want y'all to kill it so much where we gotta go ahead and put them out right now. Okay.
Right.
So salute to you guys, man. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, salute.
Y'all have a great night, man.
All right, salute.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Yep. That was Don Marino and his boys, YBS, and the fuck that nigga name? I know his other name is Carr. Bone Carr. Yeah, something like Bones Carr. Yeah.
I got a salute. Was it Don earlier when you guys were talking about who they want to battle and asking him, and he said Jack Boyd because he's trash? I respect that because that's basically the best reason that you should ever want to battle anybody is because you think they're garbage, and that type of competitive nature I think is kind of missing these days. It's like, oh yeah, I think it'd be dope to go out and put together this debatable classic with this guy, and we're both gonna win, and da da da. It's like, no, this guy's trash, and I want to kill him. So.
Yeah,
I definitely respect that.
and that's what I was telling them. I said I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who they are. They said they're a battle rapper. They think they better than me. I want to battle you because everybody's trash. I'm gonna battle everybody because I think everybody's trash compared to me. So I want to prove to everybody.
Right?
Facts.
That's how it used to be. It's like dudes were. Everything was judged. You didn't get paid shit if you didn't win. And bottom line, you just wanted to prove you were better than everybody. Now it's like everybody's buddies, and it's cool that everybody gets along off stage or whatever, but when you're in there, you should want to kill,
That's a fact. Let me tell you,
we can be friends afterwards.
Let me give y'all a little insight. This is the cloth I'm from, right? So I'm a manager in like a nursing home, right? Mm-hmm. I hired my girlfriend to come cook because I needed a cook, right? So you know how relationships are, y'all work together and shit, the boss, the worker, they think they can get away with certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Not on my watch. I don't give a fuck if you my girlfriend, bitch. You might think you can run home. You heard my words. You might think you can run home, right? But I am the man here. Your relationship is nil and void as soon as you clock in this motherfucking on this time clock. And I wrote up my ex-girlfriend before, my baby mama, my son's mom. I wrote her ass up for being disrespectful to me. You know what I mean? So, y'all got to have that mindset. We could be cool, but, when we get in this ring, I'm going to kill you. But then after we're done,
you got to separate business and personal.
Right. You got to separate that shit because the culture is in stake. You're doing this for the culture. You ain't doing it for yourself. You are doing it for yourself, but you really want to do it, for the culture. Because the culture is like, you want to battle everybody and show these motherfuckers that why he's trash. If you got if you let a trash dude make a debatable with you, you're like
then you're trash.
Then you trash. Trash. You know what I mean? For real. So
I still remember when I was in college. Me and my roommate was out on one of the courts outside, and we were playing 21 or something. And we're yapping back and forth real good, because that's kind of what we do. And one of our friends saw us playing, and he comes over and tries to separate us. He's like, guys. It's like, what? We're just playing a game. That was what it was. You ran your mouth, and you want to kill dude when you're in the middle of the game. When the game's over, it's like, all right, we can be boys. Let's go get dinner. And that's kind of how it should be with battling. Hey, we can hang out afterwards and enjoy ourselves the rest of this weekend at this event. But when it's on stage, I'm not trying to have a exhibition match with you. I'm trying to kill you.
That's a fact.
If I do battle again, which I may or may not be doing sometime in the next few months, but that's what I'm going to do. I'll be your friend after.
I want to say to the best co-host in the world, Preston, if you would like to, call it a night, you can, sir. If not, just let me know. Because I know you understand.
We already shit. 11 o'clock. Fucking 11 o'clock. Probably 10.
It's not 11.
No, 11.
It's
11 o'clock.
It's not 11 o'clock. It's 10. Oh, you're gonna leave at 11 o'clock. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I did that.
I was gonna say it's after 11. Yeah, I forgot you guys are on Central Time now.
Yeah, we're on Central Time.
Yeah, what thing?
Andy?
Hold on, I got a question. What things you want to do a book?
What made me want to do a book?
Yeah, you the first nigga in battle rap to do a book about it.
My day job is writing. I'm a sports writer by trade, so I've always wanted to do a book anyway. And I had a couple of ideas of books I was going to do that were sports related, and kind of fell through for various reasons. I always kind of wanted to do one, and I figured, why not this? This is something I've followed for 20 some odd years. I'm passionate about it, and I think relatively knowledgeable about it. Certainly there's people that know more about it, which is why I basically had the story told in their voices and not mine. Because if I put out a book that was just a straight up written by me, people are going to look at this, because I've kind of played the background. I don't really have any relationships in the scene or whatever before this. It's like, if I just put it out, it's like, who the fuck is this asshole? But if that story is being told by Disaster, by Smack, by Thesaurus, by all these other people that have lived it, then you got something compelling. So it's like, I just basically tried to stay out of the way, and I'm sort of that voice in between quotes, trying to weave stuff together so it makes sense and kind of be the narrator on some Wonder Years shit. But for the most part, I try to just stay out of the way and let these guys tell their story. So I figured that was the best way to do this particular book.
Yeah, I'm going to read this shit in no particular order, because I want to read. That's the way you talk to your son first. Like, God damn. There's contest right now. It's got like real quotes.
Yeah.
Got Tom Cruise mom shoes.
Yeah, it's unfiltered. It's their story. Rush and Poison Pen and Supernat, Juice, all them. It's like I said. There's a couple guys I would have liked to have gotten, but for the most part, I think it's a pretty solid group.
Honestly, I think this should have been out there for the masses. Like, it should be advertised. Like, yo, man, this battle rap book. it's kind of monumental, personally. Like, yo, first ever battle rap book. We ain't got no battle rap book out here. Motherfuckers need to go look at this shit.
Well, that's
and you know, and to be honest,
so spread the word. You know,
like some of these names, like I'm going through them right. There's some of these names I haven't even like heard of, right? So like
there's some of them are more obscure.
Zeal, I don't know who that is.
Zealy was a battler
Wendy
from.
Day.
Zealy's from Austin, Texas. He was on the he was in the World Rap Championships with Franchise. They battled against Hollow and them in the Houston division. Wendy Day is actually like Wendy Day is actually super. Wendy Day is a super important person, not just in battle rap history, in rap history, period.
Oh, I know who Wendy Day is. She's
the rap coach.
Now that I'm looking at
her job basically is just putting rappers on and trying to get them deals. And the Rap Olympics that Eminem got, that got famous basically because of Eminem, was basically her idea for putting on an event to try to get record deals for battle rappers in general and Eminem in particular. Like, that whole thing was basically set up to try to get him a deal. And obviously it worked. But, yeah, I mean, and that's really about the only part where Wendy plays into it. But I thought it was important to get her in there. And, yeah, there's definitely a lot of people that might be kind of like, especially if you're a younger person who wasn't around in like the 90s and whatnot and following that, it's going to be like, who's this person? But then as you read, it's kind of, it all comes together. But there's a few people that kind of transcend. No, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was going to say,
there's a few people that transcend eras like Penn and
who else?
Poison Pen, right?
Yeah, Poison Pen. I mean, he transcends pretty much every era. I mean, he's in there in the first chapter of the book. He could be in there in the last chapter of the book. He was kind of around for all of it. So.
Oh, you even got Drake on here. Okay. Okay.
Drake actually kind of happened by happenstance. That was the one person in there that I did not have a one-on-one interview with. I just happened to be at the Blackout 5 press conference when he rolled in. And, since the press conference, I figured that material is pretty much fair consumption. So I didn't, I'm not going to sit there and promote the book like, oh, I got Drake, because, like I said, that was not a one-on-one thing. But so I'm not, like, hyping it up based on, he's in it. But, I thought the couple quotes that I have in there of his I thought were relevant, so I just plugged them in there. But I'm not going to try to take that off of him.
I'm just saying, saying names that I'm seeing. I'm just saying it to the people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's listening. He got people like, ARP, Arsenal, Aspect One, Bender, Archaic, Big T, Bizarre. He got some rappers in here too. These other names people might not. Let me name them anyway. Bo Rat, Breeze, Cashmere, Chase Moore, people of that stature. Cortez, Conceited, Daylight, Danny Myers. I'm just gonna skim through them. Dirtbag Dan, Drake, Direct. Direct. I don't know why I say Direct. Eric Foreman. Let's see. Goods, Hitman Hollow. Just he got some, names in here that's been in the culture for a long time, from the beginning. You know what I mean? And if y'all want, a good read, if y'all like to read, because I know some of you motherfuckers can't read. Y'all might want to get this. Y'all might get this book. And for those, I'm gonna say this to Ryan. For those that can't read, you should do an audio. You know what I mean?
It's funny
you should
because
have an audio booklet.
I've had somebody suggest booklet. I've had somebody suggest to me doing an audio book with the actual interview footage, and it kind of would be a little bit messy, I think. But because in a lot of cases, I had to maybe clean up a little bit of the pauses with the uhs and the likes and the.
Mm-hmm. Well, no,
I mean,
you could actually have somebody read the book. You know what I mean?
But somebody had suggested
you don't got to
having
actually
it be read
have
in the actual voices of the people that, like, as the people that said it. And I was like, one, I feel kind of weird about putting the actual interview footage out there, but I do have most of it, but it would just kind of be. It would be strange. Plus,
you got to do a lot of cleaning.
A couple of interviews were done by email, so it'd be hard to get the audio for those.
Right.
For some of the overseas cats and whatnot, I had to do it by email. But if somebody's got a really good Australian accent and wants to fake it, then I don't know. But it would just be. I guess really the key takeaway is that if you can't read, you should learn how to read so you can get this book.